Hey guys, my name is Ben, and together with MP, Nico, Orlando, Luik, and another amazing team of helpers and shipwrights, we are busy making this ship ready for the water, which should be, I don't know, next week, in 2 weeks, something like that. I'll keep this intro short because we've got a lot to do. Remember the boom we had, which is on the other side of the boat in that jungle over there? In the last episode, you saw we managed to remove it from there, put it here, and get it ready for stripping and painting. Now, you already have an idea what we are going to try and accomplish in this episode. Will we accomplish it? Maybe. But I can tell you that our goal is to make it stand out. So not brown, not beige, not white, not gray. We're gonna give it a little color, and if we like that color, we might add it in other areas of the boat. Let's get working. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 100,000, and please, we need to reach 100,000 before I launch, because I told you guys I'd sleep in between the masts in a hammock, and I'd rather do that on the dry than in the water. So just get clicking that subscribe button. It's free and it really supports us. So without further ado, let's get building. The boom has now completely been stripped of paint with just a stripper and a spatula. Of course, it has to be sanded, primered. I don't know if we're going to add fairing compound. I think I like the shape it is. I don't think we needed as much fairing compound as it had before. Either way, I got a message from the welder saying the pieces arrived that we can add the bobstay to by the waterline. So I think we're going to go over to that. Also, we've got some platform supports here. These have to go, they're actually kind of preventing the platform from going up or down. We've also got another one that prevents it from going down, and then I would like to add chains underneath that prevent it from going up. So that would be like, really strong. So we're gonna just give that a break. The world is still having lunch, but I'm gonna go and do those back supports already. Looking at it now, there's plenty of space to still put a chain, so I really want to do from there downwards as well, just to extend the back stay. All we need is to put that one over there, and I think Luik has to prove, or MP's going to hang from it. Are you going to hang from it? We've actually ended up putting through bolts in both of those two holes, and also through bolts through the transom. Wow.
Nice, guys.
Okay, one more to go. Last platform support is going up. It's all full of Sikaflex, both here and up there. It's going to be placed. Everything has been pre-drilled, and we've got the system in our heads. We've been practicing on the other ones, so this will go up. And I've got the bow bobstay support in the car ready to be placed as well. So let's finish all this stuff today. I don't know if you can hear me. Those are in place. We're going to do the front one now. We have one more helper for the last job of the day, and that is just you might remember him from a previous episode. Him and Gabby came from the marina on a little dinghy to come and see the boat. And he is here again to hopefully see the boat launch.
Yeah.
After chartering in the Caribbean. Let's do it. The plan now is to fasten those onto this see where we have to mount it here, drill, and then put it in place. What's the challenge? What's the...
Loser pays beers.
Loser pays beers. Yeah? You should pay half the beers. So we have a perfectly good drill, but for the show he wants to use the big one. The other day was a catastrophe in my opinion. It was getting so dark, but we were so determined on getting this finished that, I don't know, we just started rushing things, and this is how we left it. I just wanted to make sure it was, well, the bottom one is fastened and you can tell we haven't really tidied it up or anything, but I just wanted to make sure this was in the right position and tight, so it is. So what I'm going to do now, remove this, add a threaded bar and tighten it and then clean it. But I just want to get this finished before we move over to anything else. And with anything else, I mean the boom. We just want to have those solar panels outside on the roof and installed. And that's how easy this is. Just don't do it at night. All we need to do now, I need to do is just clean this up a bit, cut these ends off, and attach something to here, which is what it's actually here for, isn't it? The boom is hanging, we're taping off the last few pieces. I have got a few products, I wish I could tell you exactly what they are. One is yellow, a wash primer. It's to literally that, it sticks to the aluminium and it allows the PU primer to stick to it. It's a very rough one, and then we're gonna go over with a PU primer once it's cured and dried, and then we're gonna go over with the polyurethane paint. Okay, let's get started. So MP just came to the boat and she said she didn't like the gold paint that I chose, even though I think it's absolutely, or yellow even, beautiful. No, actually this is just the first primer paint, kind of primer, to make the aluminium connect with the polyurethane primer, which we're going to do now. And you can really feel it. It's got a rough texture, even though we sanded the aluminium quite smooth. And it was just to make it very porous. And we've gone over it with, what did you go over it with? Degreaser. And now the PU paint should stick on it very nicely. What do you say about your job?
For first time, I think it's pretty good.
And I do have to say, very good job to Louis. He just tried it, wasn't scared of it, and not a single leak or drop or spillage. Very, very good. Nico has done an absolutely amazing job fairing this. All we have to do now is get it looking nice, add everything onto it, and bring it up onto the boat where it belongs. That boom is now completely ready to be painted, except we don't have the paint yet. It's being made as we speak. I can pick it up in about half an hour, but that gives me plenty of time to start working on the bobstays. So they've been hanging loose for a while. I'm going to fasten them. I really like how tight this is now, so not exactly tight yet, but there is enough space here to tighten it or loosen it based on how it is going to be in the water. The halfway one, however, is way too long for some reason. They used to be, well, they didn't used to have 2 rings, now there are 2 rings, so it's a bit higher, but it's still way too long. So I think I've watched Gedges enough to know how to shorten it. Let's find out. He decided to go for something else than a white paint. What it is, you'll see later. I don't know if you'll be able to see it now or when it's compared next to white. But I'm very happy we're doing something slightly different than usual. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. So hot.
How do you feel about the color?
I love it.
You love it?
So cool. And I'm getting, now that I'm almost finished painting, I'm getting the hang of it, you know? The usual. MP and Orlando want to put these navigation lights port and starboard over here. However, if I were to just add it like this, you can see it sticks out a little bit and we don't want that. So I'm going to chisel into the fairing compound that we added underneath here a tiny bit, just so it looks nice and flush. Yeah? It fits nicely now, except we are going to have to epoxy this shut so it's nice and sealed, but you can't see the light sticking out anymore. Happy about that. Anyway, all the rest is yours, MP. Very hard to see, but it is going off and on. Hey, you did amazing. We've gone over everything once, well, like just to make sure it's all covered. Now Loic is going to give this a go and make it look beautiful. It's finally cooled down a bit and my brain is finally calm enough to talk decently. We have finished primering, fairing, primering again, and then painting this boom with polyurethane paint. There are about 3-4 layers on, maybe even more in some areas, but I'm very, very happy with that. At the top, we've got more layers actually. We had some leftovers and we just went over a few more times. I'm so happy we've added some color to the boat. This might be the first color of many to be added. I mean, we might add this color in some other areas just to add some details. I think that'd be a very cool idea. Tomorrow's going to be a cool day because we can add all the stainless steel back on, the rail or the traveler on top, all the pulleys, and just bring it up and put it into place. And I'm really curious actually, because the boat is now varnish and white and a bit of green, dark green. I can't wait to see what it will look like with this in play. Of course, this episode isn't over yet because we are not even nearly close to what we want to achieve this week. But thank you so much, John, for the PayPal donation. And thank you so much to Family Man, Michael, Peter, Douglas, Jimmy, Alan, and Duane for clicking that super thanks button. It really means a lot to us and we really hope you enjoy these videos. Let's get back to see what's going on this boat. The boom is looking super stunning. I'm loving the color. Now it's time for us to out all the pieces that we removed in the first place. Loic has spent a long time grinding, sanding, cleaning all the parts that we had taken off because they had been up there for a very long time. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when they're all back in place. All is very good and very hot. There is one problem though, and that is the boom is that the boom is there and not up there. So I remember how we brought the boom down. That was literally just 2 ropes. Bring one side down and then the other side down. What we're going to do now is same. Bring the boom here onto the same supports it's on now. Bring one side up, fasten it so it's kind of be up there and down there, and then bring the other side up. Fasten it, and then we'll have the boom up there without taking off any of those lights, of course. And then that's how far the plan goes, and we'll figure out the rest later. I think that boom went up with minor issues. Loic thought it was a piece of cake. And now, of course, the bit that we need to attach over here is all the way there on the other side. So we'll have to just flip it, turn it around, attach it to this. And of course, I don't want everything done today. I want to just make sure it's in place, not moving around. And that for me will be a big mission accomplished. It was a tough week also because of the weather. It should be cooling down now, but let's get this done. Yabá. I think we have our boom in place. We're not going to put the topping lift on yet. I'm just going to swing back and forth. One of the next jobs, of course, is going to be the main sheet. But this at least allows us to put the solar panels on without the risk of this falling onto them. So thank you so much for the help. I think this would have taken me about 2 weeks if it wasn't for Loic. So thanks so much. How's everything going? You very busy?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
After this, can I borrow you for a second?
Borrow me?
Yeah. I need your help to tell me if the broom is the nice color.
I can say that already.
It's up there and you have to see it because it's ready.
Okay, if I can borrow you, you can borrow me.
Okay, hang on guys. There. Okay, can I borrow you? Okay, MP, come and have a look. Me personally, I am super happy. This is like the first other colored item on our boat. I'd like to use this color on some other places, but we'll see what MP thinks, just to give it some fun factor. Like it?
I love the color. And I know many of you won't like it, but we really do.
Do you think we can remove boom even though we don't have the main sheet?
I think if we can officially remove boom.
Okay. We removed something.
Nice! Lovey, I finished connecting all nav lights.
Really?
But I need to test the last one.
Okay.
Do you wanna help me?
Yeah. What do I do?
The panel has power and loses navegação.
Oh, you put it on the same one.
That's the button. But I'm gonna turn the button on and you're gonna go to the back to see if it works. Ready?
Ready.
Is that a positive?
That light means it's time for a beer and to wrap this episode. Is it?
Is it?
It is. Loic, we've got a new signal on the boat. This one means whenever it's on, it's time for a beer and that we've all been working very hard.
I thought that meant that we can set sail at night.
At night. So there's both starboard port and this. Now all
No.
MP has to do
Is the mast one,
Is
but
she
we're
has to
still
grab the
not
mast.
working on the mast. I cannot say that all nav lights are ready because the mast one's missing, but these three, starboard, port, and aft, are ready and shining.
And with that, with the boom in place, we can actually show them both at the same image. With the boom in place and the nav lights, let's call this one a wrap. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. And I think MP also really hopes you enjoy it.
Yes, I do.
If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and like. That would mean we would like that very much. And see you all next week. Bye, good luck, good job, and good luck.